All right, everybody, welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network. These bags are going to be smelling like hotcakes soon, I think. All across the San Francisco Bay Area. These, we'll make some special ones. In fact, we got something to add to the top here. We'll do that during the show. Welcome on again, and we've got the Seattle hat on again. Sorry, Greg. I know you're there. I see you. I know what you're going to tell me. Take off the effing hat. Well, maybe they should just do better. And Ken, I'm in agreement with you. I don't like the bum, but that's okay. I'm gonna be on him until he's out of here. But a lot of people disagree with me. That's fine. That's what sports is all about. But this team just finds new ways to lose, Dallas. That's all they do. They find a way to lose. And that's what bad teams do today. Today it was Casey Schmitt throwing the ball away, way over the first baseman's, over Devers' head. Kind of opened the door for the tying runs. The first one on Casey I didn't think was an error. It went off the very tip of his glove. It really never went into his glove. It went off the tip of it. That means he couldn't actually get to it. I'm surprised they gave him an error on that. The ball was spinning. It's kind of like giving somebody an error in the outfield that jumps and the ball tips their glove. But, I mean, it's probably a tough. I mean, but the second one, the throw was terrible. I mean, you can't get much worse than that.
Yeah, that was bad. I also thought, I don't want to be overly critical, but that base hit that scored the run for Seattle, that was just a roller through the shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
Shortstop was playing up the middle, and Casey was pretty far into the shortstop position, and the ball was about 3 feet to his left. And I don't know, I maybe would like to see him try to get his glove on that. It was like he just gave up on it. But yeah, where this is nitpicking, a lot of it comes down to the Giants' offense. They scored 2 runs in the first inning. They get 1 extra run the whole rest of the game. And just as normal, from the 6th to the 9th, they didn't score any runs. They just, once the game is, they might score a couple in the early parts of the game, and then they just take the rest of the game off. It's like we're not seeing very much. And you already went into Devers last night, and we can't beat, the horse is already dead. We can't beat it that much more. But my God, they threw him, I only saw them throw him 1 non-four-seam fastball. There was like maybe a changeup, maybe something else, but 80% he was getting four-seam fastballs in the zone, and he didn't connect with any of them. They were just, some of them right down the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be right back. You keep going.
So this was a frustrating game for me. I really, I sat there the whole time watching, hoping that they get something going, and it was just disappointing today. So we can look at the box score here. Arise had an interesting game. He struck out his first 2 at-bats. The first time in years he struck out twice. Certainly this year he's not struck out twice in a game. And then he comes out with the double and knocks in a run. And that was the 3rd run. So he kind of redeemed himself there. His at-bats were always competitive, but he only had one hit today. Eldridge, of course, with the big home run in the first inning. So that was good to see. He had a couple of strikeouts after that. Schmitt, 1 for 4. At-bats, I bet Casey wouldn't be too happy with his performance at the plate today. He did have the hit to in the first inning to he got the hit the first inning and scored on Ramos' single. So there was some offense early from Schmitt. Devers, of course, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. That's pretty rough. That is pretty rough. Ramos, 1 for 4. His hit seemed to me to come later in the game in the too little, too late department. Jung-Hoo Lee, 1 for 4. He had a duck snort of a hit where it looked like he had a monster home run shot where he swung for the fence and he hit it as hard as he could, and it made it halfway through the outfield. So I don't know. He doesn't look right at the plate to me. I'm not sure what's up with Jung Hoo Lee. I'm not a hitting coach or can't really analyze a swing that well, but to me, it looks like he's not. His mechanics aren't zeroed in. So hopefully he can get it going. His average is down to now 303, but hopefully he'll get that going again. Adames scored a run on a walk, and he was 1 for 3. Oh no, he's 0 for 3, but he scored a run on a walk. Okay. Struck out twice. McRae got on base. Didn't he? McRae didn't get on base, huh? That must have been last night. McRae did lose the ball in the sun at the wall. He did make one amazing play in the outfield, and then he would have had another good play going back. It looked like he had a beat on it the whole time, and then he lost it in about the last 10 feet, and it dropped. But I like Grant McRae. I thought that his bunt attempt was really good. He almost beat it out, and I like to see that. Try to inject a little speed, move a runner over to second base. He executed that perfectly. Almost got the base hit also. So that was good. Kavanaugh 0 for 3, but I thought he had some pretty competitive at bats today. So the Giants, Schmitt with a stolen base, Eldridge with his first career stolen base, couple of steals.
Well, it's a first inning knock, number 10 on the year for Bryce Eldridge.
10, yeah,
10 homers. I just
double digits.
Took a little plus 2,500, a little small tiny wager for rookie of the year for him. You never know what can happen in the second half. But look, I'm going to harp on him because I think he's very inconsistent. People love Devers' numbers since May 1st. He struck out 3 more times today.
He's like 1 for 15 in the series.
Yeah, he's a $30 million player, and they walked Schmitt to get to him yesterday, and people missed my point because I put on Twitter he isn't it. Well, the point is that people say, well, they were walking Schmitt because he hits lefties really well and Devers doesn't hit lefties. Yeah, exactly. Good point. That's obvious. But for $30 million, you should be able to hit lefties. If that's all you do, you're basically a hitter. You weren't brought over here for one lick of your defense or your speed or nothing. You were brought to the Giants to solidify the lineup and anchor the lineup, and you're the cleanup hitter. And nobody in baseball that I've been watching baseball a long time. I don't recall somebody walking a guy who doesn't have a long career to face a superstar, so-called superstar. He ain't that. I'm telling you, he ain't that. He's just
right. Yeah, and it's playing the analytics. I mean, you can see what his splits are this year.
Yeah,
I think his career-wise, his splits aren't that bad. I remember looking at that when they traded for him. I thought he was pretty good against lefties. So they're exploiting something that's wrong with his swing this year. And but I just can't understand with Devers, it's all fastballs, 4-seam fastballs. It's like the pitch that you learn first, and it's the pitch that everyone sees. It's a fastball. You're supposed to have had plenty of experience hitting fastballs. Now, Logan Gilbert, pretty good fastball, some movement on it, some cut. To be fair, he has a good fastball, but boy, you'd think that he would have connected with one of those. He must have seen 4, 12, 16 fastballs today.
Yeah. Hey, we got a comment here from Santa Cruz Surfer Bob. I think he was reminding us. Let's get to our sponsor, Dallas. If you want to go ahead and pull up the NCN. Thank you, Santa Cruz Bob. We'll take that as cue to talk about PrizePicks. Thanks for your comment. Make sure you use that promo code NCSN. PrizePicks is a daily fantasy app where you build lineups by choosing whether players will have more or less than a projected stat total. Right now, new users get $50 in lineups when you play your first 5. You put 10 in, you play 5, they give you $50 just like that. It's available in all 50 states. Download the PrizePicks app today. Build your lineup, follow along while watching the games. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. And just don't get involved in it. If you like to have a little extra fun and you can manage it, have fun. It's look, every now and then I'll throw $2 or $3. I don't really play a lot, but you know what? I also know my limits, so I don't get myself hooked into anything. Okay, thanks. Goodbye. You're right. Sports betting does cause baldness. You're 100% right, Server Bob. I had hair until I started betting. That was it. Yeah. Oh, boy. That's too funny. Yeah. Anyway, we're not actually – this is actually fantasy here, so you can call it all you want. But anyway, that is that. Thank you for that. We also want to thank our longtime sponsor of NorCal Sports Network, Chapman Law Group. Make sure you reach out to Chapman Law Group for all your legal needs, 415-613-9483. Let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. Chapman Law Group is a full-service law group in Marin, and they're licensed in all of California. You've got a situation where you need help with an attorney, don't hesitate. Make sure you call Chapman Law Group and let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. All right. Well, Dallas, I hear you typing away there. This was, I actually watched the World Cup today. I haven't watched much of it, but I found it very exciting. I had on the big screen, the 75-inch TV, the World Cup, and on my phone, when you're a fourth place team and you're 14 below 500, or now are they back to 15? They're back to 15, aren't they?
Let me check.
I'm pretty sure they are. They were
15.
Yeah, they were close to getting to within 12 last night, and now they're in less than 24 hours later. They could have been 12 under, and they're back to 15 under. This is just there's something drastically wrong besides just the bullpen, Dallas. I don't know what it is, but there's no heart on this club.
They have no desire, to win. Doesn't seem.
Yeah. It just seems like they accept losing. Get Devers out of here. Get Devers out of here, and I think things will be better. I really do. I just think I don't think he's one of the guys much. I think he's kind of maybe he's not. Maybe he's just a shy person and he doesn't like being around people or whatever. I just picture him just being kind of on his own. It doesn't seem, I watch baseball, all 30 teams, and I see teams having a lot of fun together and celebrating. And this team, I know they're tight in many ways. There's something that's not right where you can't seem to even win 4 games in a row. I know you're not good, but even lousy teams win.
Or if you lose one, bounce back and win the series.
Yeah.
Don't just phone it in the third game and just lose the series and move on.
They just look very flat. They just look flat all the time.
Yeah.
They have a good game, and then it's a bad game.
Yeah, or usually a couple of bad games.
Yeah.
When they could have easily won yesterday. And then
They could have
today,
swept this series. They were up 2-0 today.
the Mariners are not much. I don't know. Just looking at the team, I'm like, this is a beatable team. This is a team they should be able uh, to take, but they kind of played down to the competition and let them stay in games, and it's pretty pathetic. Now, Robbie Ray went 4 innings. He seemed to run out of gas there at the end of his time. So,
He had 86 pitches. They took him out. He was struggling in the fourth inning, or I guess was that the fifth inning he was in, right?
fifth inning, yeah, he didn't make it.
And he didn't get any outs in the fifth. He had a couple runners on. I think Vitello. I think what happened, Dallas, is Tony received a phone call on the dugout phone. Tony, Buster here. Get him out of there. He's had 86 pitches. We can't let him.
If he gets shelled, if he gives up
Yeah.
5 earnings, then he has no trade value.
And we can't labor any longer. I've got a deal working, and I don't want to see him overdo it. Get him out of there. Tony came out quick there in the fifth.
He did.
I'm obviously I'm half joking, but I'm also playing a little bit of maybe a little partial seriousness. I mean, at this time of the year, we know that he's got the maximum he's got left is 2 more starts if they wait till the deadline to trade him. He pitched well enough for, he gave up the 2 unearned runs, right? To
yeah, and then the 1 earned run after he left the game.
Yeah. So, overall, it wasn't a horrible day for him. 6 strikeouts, 2 walks in 4 innings, 1 earned run. He did give up 7 hits, which is quite a bit. But, Houser took the loss, gave up 3 runs on 4 hits and 3 innings, with 2 of them being blast.
Mm-hmm.
A 2-run blast and a solo shot.
That just kind of put it out of reach.
Yeah, the second one for sure. It was 4-3, and then who hit the second one? Young.
Yeah.
Was it again? Young. Yeah, 2 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
But look. Yeah. Hillard's, look at the Red Sox. By the way, did the Red Sox finally lose today? Let's take a look at the scoreboard here. The Red Sox had won 12 in a row going into today. I'm going to give you the update on the Red Sox and the Rays. Let's see. Red Sox. Padres beat the Royals 19-2. The Giants go to Kansas City tomorrow. Cubs beat the Twins 10-1. Reds over the Rockies 9-6. Nationals beat the A's 5-2. Angels beat the Tigers 3-2. I bypassed the Red Sox game. Orioles beat the Astros 5-2. Pirates over the Guardians 7-1. Braves over the Rangers 8-5. Mets over the Phillies 6-1. Red Sox won again 6-1. Wow, 13 straight. I don't think that happens if Rafi Devers is in that clubhouse. Just saying, I don't think it does. Red Sox got hot when he left last year, and Giants were 10 over and actually on a super high. Giants couldn't have been any higher when they traded for Devers. I think the place, including us two on this show, felt like Giants are going to make the playoffs and give the Dodgers possibly a run for the division. And you felt really good. You finally got this unbelievable hitters that you have heard about for years in Boston, and he comes here and they just fell flat on their face.
So is it a hex of some kind, a curse?
I don't know what it is. Some guys carry themselves just like, I just don't like the way he carries himself. And I have proof. Eric Burns and Will Clark cannot stand the guy. I've seen him not hustle on a pop-up, and then he starts turning it on because the ball drops in play and he gets thrown out by a half a step. I've seen him wave off the manager and tell a young rookie to get back in the dugout. I've seen a guy that's not a team player. He's not a team player. And I just don't think that's good for a clubhouse. I've been around many teams growing up and playing ball through high school, and then, just even adult softball. If you get a couple of jerks on your team, it can make things. But if everybody's cool and everybody's having fun, you tend to play as a unit. And been in a lot of first place teams that I've been in big tournaments where, there's 30, 40, 50 teams in a tournament, and I've won those tournaments in softball. And you have to have cohesiveness. If you got a guy that people don't like and that guy's making it is difficult. And I'm not saying Devers guys don't like him. I just don't think he's like on the same, riding the same car or the boat or whatever. Matthew says, I see a guy who's already been paid, is set for life, so he doesn't care or try hard anymore. He tries event sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes he does. I don't know. To me, he won a World Series with Boston when he was like second year, something like that, 2018, right? Won a World Series, but that team was, he wasn't a guy at that point who had all the money. He was a young kid trying to prove himself. Guys like Mookie Betts were the leader of the team and a few others. And so he didn't have this freaking contract. I'm telling you, contracts like this ruin some guys. And some guys play really hard until they get that money. That's what they're playing for. And then they show who they are. I don't know. I don't think the Giants have done. Look, they're 25 games under 500 since he's played with them. And he's played with them for how many games are they now, Dallas? 99? 96, 70, 99 this year. 99 plus 90 last year. Played 189 games. 189 games that they played. And they're 25 under since he showed up. So, look, there's always a scapegoat, right? And I'm not saying he's the big problem why they're 25 under. But I could tell you what, if you're a quarterback of an NFL team and you've played for 3 seasons, you've played 48 games, and you're 15-33, they're going to be talking about the quarterback in the dude. And Devers is supposed to be the dude. That's what I'm saying. Devers is supposed to be the dude on this team. He's the dude, okay? He's the guy that's supposed to anchor the lineup. He's the guy that came over here and Giants, they haven't even showed a flashes except for that 2 weeks last year where they won like 14 of 17 or something like that. But other than that, this team's been complete, dog poop.
Yep. It has been. It's pretty disappointing.
I'll tell you what, if they had Eldridge at first base, I think I could even live with Chapman in the lineup if you had rid of and you had Chapman and you had to play Schmitt at shortstop and you didn't have Adames and you had a Rise. I think that the team would be more cohesive. I think it would be guys that play up a lot harder. But who knows? I don't know what to do, Dallas. I don't know.
I don't see how you get rid of Devers. I don't think you can. I think you got to just put up with Devers. Move him to 6 or something. Move him to 6. It's as low as he can go without being completely insulting. So you move him down in the order because he's a hole.
Cal Raleigh was 6 today. Look where he was last year, 2nd in the league in MVP. He's horrible. He might be the worst hitter in baseball this year, Cal Raleigh.
Take the pressure off Devers. Throw him down at number 6 and just say, hey, man, if you get a hold of one, hit a solo shot, great. If not, no problem. And then let the top of the lineup, move Jung Hoo Lee ahead of him, at least something like that. Because it's like he's just not getting the job done. And having an easy out in the middle of the top of the order is, you don't want to have that.
Yeah, I do think Tony looks a little scared of Devers at times. The veterans.
They throw all fastballs to Devers and all off speed to Eldridge, and so once Eldridge starts, and he has had a few hits against some sliders and stuff on the inside. And so once he can start proving that he can hit that stuff, then he'll be even more effective because then they're going to have to, diversify what they throw at him also.
Yeah. Yeah, the team is a dumpster fire. I guess if you had to point out anything positive about the team, it's a Rise and Schmitt and Lee and I guess Eldridge. Yeah, Eldridge. There's 4 positives. I guess you can say Webb's been positive partially. At least he's shown that he's still a top of the line, top of the rotation pitcher. That's 5 out of 26 guys. I don't see any bright spots in the bullpen. I think Landon Roop has shown a lot of flashes of potential to be a good starting pitcher. So, look, I've said get rid of Webb, but if you really wanted to try to run this thing and make it a go of it, you could go out and try and get more starting pitching in a bullpen and run it back with Webb and Roop and whoever else you can obtain. But I just don't see it, Dallas, with this unit. I'm of the belief this team will not win anything as long as Devers and Chapman and Adames are on the roster. I think
all 3 of them.
I think even if you got rid of 2, I don't think either of the 3 players are difference makers and they weigh the team down with their contracts. I think I would rather have 3 guys making $8 million than 1 Chapman that are, young go-getters that have, that's just.
Yeah, I mean, if I can get rid of any one of them, Adames would be my first choice. But I don't having Adames stay back because they don't have a drop-in shortstop right now. I don't think that would hurt you. It would make it impossible to win if Adames is still on the team. But I do think that you got to move one of them for sure right now, and then work in the off season on the other one.
Adames is not a good player. He strikes out every at bat. Well, not every at bat. He did hit a home run yesterday and the day before, so it's not every at bat. Dan, Why does Dan not criticize him every day on his show? Because I cannot criticize two players from the Dominican, or I definitely would be a racist if I did that. So since Devers is from the DR and Adames is from the DR, that would be very racist of me to point out that two players are horrible from the same country. That would be like saying that Matt Chapman and Adrian Houser are terrible, and they're Americans, and they're white, and I would, now I would be accused of really hating my own race. So, no, I'm obviously, guys, people come at me with the stupidest comments I've ever heard. That's why I'm talking this way. I don't like Adames, but I got Johnny Chisari in my chat ripping Adames every comment he makes. So why should I have to shred on Adames? I don't care for Adames. I don't think he's a good player. I think for the money, if you got Willie Adames for about $7 million, maybe, but he's horrible. So if you want me to point out that he's horrible, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, and Matthew said he didn't realize Adames was from the DRT. He's probably been so bad because he's actually around 47 years old. There we go. Yeah. So look, I'm not an Adames fan. I don't dislike the person. I think Willie's a good guy, and he seems like a fun guy. I don't dislike him. I even don't really dislike Devers. I just don't like the way he plays with the game of baseball. Not the way I was taught how to play. You hustle. You have respect for your manager. You don't try and show up anybody. And so I just think it's a horrible, horrible constructed roster. And I've been saying this for a couple of years. I said last year teams struck out way too much. And, then they go get Devers, who has a 21.7% strikeout rate with his career with Boston. And he comes over to San Francisco, and his strikeout rate is 29%. What is that? And it's not like the old days where it's like, oh, he's got to learn the National League. No, players, there's interleague play now, and guys are shuffling so much more than 30 years ago. Even 40 years ago, man. When I was watching baseball, there was no interleague play in the 70s and 80s, and guys didn't shift teams like that much. So if you did change leagues, it did take you a while to learn the other pitchers. But today, geez, it's all mixed together. So I don't know. It's hard to do this show every day, Dallas, when there's just there's nothing fun to talk about.
Yep, that's absolutely the truth. I put out today's poll question.
Oh, let's see what it is. Let me get my text message here. NCSN is live. I did get that one.
All right, good. Now let me send the poll one.
Giants waste another winnable game was the headline for today, it says. I got the poll. Today's poll question. How many more starts will Robbie Ray has as a Giant? 0, 1, 2, or 10? Woo. Woo. Tomorrow's July 20th. He's due to pitch, what did I say, next Friday? Or Saturday? Saturday. 3 in Kansas City, a day off. Then fourth guy in the rotation pitches Friday night. So he's due to pitch Saturday. That gives 5 days for Buster to get something done. If you think it's 0. How do I vote on this one, Dallas? I think I'll go D, 10. They chicken out. They hold on to him. No. There we go. I voted. We'll see. George, go on to the website and vote. Joe Boyd says Adames is a cancer also. Got a lot of cancer spreaders in that clubhouse. According to Joe Boyd says, sell them all. That's even in our song. Sour Shoe says, move these bums at any cost. Yeah, why wouldn't you move them? How long do you need to wait on veterans? Look, if this is a young team, like the Washington Nationals have been, and they've been losing for years, and they've got James Wood and C.J. Abrams and a couple of other young guys, and you say, well, gosh, they're still young, and they're growing and they're getting better. Like both of those guys did. Abrams and Wood made the All-Star team. You kind of have a different mindset. But when you're like Chapman, this is year 3. They're not going to be a 500 team. Adames year 2. Devers 1.5. Did I just call him Devers? I think I did. And Webb. I throw Webb into the group. You're not winning with these guys. Man, I am telling you that I love what the San Jose Sharks are doing, Dallas, and I think it's exciting to see what they're doing and building. And I would love to see a full rebuild because I think it would be exciting to see all these young guys coming up and actually Tony managing them. If you don't let Tony manage a young team, he should have never been hired. He's not the right guy if this is the team going forward. I'm just telling you.
No,
I like Tony.
He needs to get younger.
It has to get younger. And if Tony, I just hope that Buster actually, like we all have plans in our lives, right? We try to create certain things and we move towards certain goals. I hope Buster actually has a vision and it's not just, well, Tony's a popular guy. I'll do this and I like him. Or did he bring him in to say, okay, I'm going to get him in here now and make this a learning year because he's going to need a year to learn whether he's managing a team of all rookies or a team of all veterans. He's going to need a year minimum. So if he brought Tony in with the mindset that I'm going to let him learn, it's going to be a rough year, but I'm going to move off of these contracts come hell or high water. I'm going to find a way to get rid of all 3 of these big contracts. And I'm going to go younger, and Tony's going to be experienced, and he'll have understood and been through the ropes of big league baseball. Now he's got a young team, and he's already been through everything. He's ready to go. Or did Buster just hire him thinking he was the guy, and I'm going to keep these guys? And, I just hope Buster has an actual plan, because if he doesn't, if he's shooting from the hip, so to speak, then this is doomed for failure no matter what Buster does. If he doesn't have a plan, then this thing is going nowhere. And in fact, it's going to get worse, folks. It's going to get worse because the longer you are stuck with Devers and Adames specifically, Chapman's is probably the least of the 3 contracts. The longer you stick with these guys, you're screwed because you're not going to get much for them at all, and you're going to have to, pay even more. Sometimes it's just best to cut your losses. Look at the Denver Broncos, what they did with Russell Wilson, Dallas. They had a horrible contract. And what did they do? They decided to just eat it. They said, we're going to eat it. We're going to lose a lot of money, but we're going to move off of this guy. And we bring in Bo, whatever. His name's not coming to me. Quarterback.
Nix.
Bo Nix, yeah. Thinking Bo Schembechler of Michigan all of a sudden. Bo Jackson were the two names popping into my head. But Bo Nix, and they turned things around rather than just, we got to run out the contract. Just dump it, man. That's sometimes you lose money, but you're better off just if nobody will take these guys, if nobody takes them, find a way. Find a way. Go with the plan. Stop going with middle-of-the-road players and thinking things are going to be different. If Chapman and Adames and Devers are in the lineup on opening day in 2027, whenever that happens, then this team's going nowhere again next year. It's going nowhere. So they've got to move off of these guys. Otherwise, we're going to have another year just like this year.
Yeah.
Maybe at best. Maybe if they have pitching, they're 500.
Yeah, but you can't aim for that. I mean, you got to improve both. You got to improve the pitching drastically, and you've got to move the team in the positive direction, because it hasn't worked offensively either. It's not like this team is shelling the ball and it's only the pitching that's losing it. The pitching wasn't the problem today or yesterday, or many games this year. So it really takes two sides of the coin, and the Giants have issues at both sides.
Joe says, all you do is complain about Devers. That's not going to fix the team. Well, Joe, I think you said get rid of everybody. How's that going to – that's probably – you said sell them all. I think that includes Devers. Look, I'm going after Devers because, to me, he's the biggest guy. He's making the most money. He's owed the most money. And he's taking your star, your future potential superstar's job, in that Bryce Eldridge should be playing first base.
He should be now.
Should be now. Why is
let him get experience? What's the big deal?
Yeah,
it's not like Devers is playing a gold glove first base. They should tell Devers, hey, you need to concentrate on your hitting. Spend some time in the cage. In between, you don't have to go play the field. Go down on that pitching machine and change it to fastball. And then figure out how to hit a fastball. And then if you're hitting good, then we'll let you go play some first base. But right now, your time is needed elsewhere.
Yeah, quit catering to this dude because he wants to play first base. I'm an equal opportunity complainer. That's right. I complained about Chapman for a long time. Adames, he's kind of like my old baseball coach. They used to say, if I ain't yelling at you, I've given up on you. Adames is so far down he's so far gone. He's so lost. He's not even worth complaining about. He's just whatever. He's just a bad signing. But Devers cost you Kyle Harrison, James Tibbs, and imagine James Tibbs coming up and playing right field right now, and Kyle Harrison in your rotation with Webb and Roop, and you don't have Devers. And if you never signed Adames but kept Otto Lopez, like I said when they had him in camp, I go, oh, this guy looks pretty good. Haven't seen a ball player with this kind of skills. And if you would have never signed Chapman, like I said, you had Casey Schmitt to play third base. You don't need Chapman. Chapman's not going to help you win. Where would the Giants be? They'd be so much further ahead. They wouldn't have the horrible contracts they have. But,
Yeah. We don't have a time machine, though. We can't.
yeah, yeah,
We keep complaining about it, but we can't go back and relitigate it or change it or anything.
yeah.
It's
But
just
we will be. We do get to look forward to Chapman. What's the last day of the season? September 27th. Do we have a home game? Let me see.
I think so.
September 27th. Let's check it out.
I'm gonna take a break for just a minute.
All right. September 22nd, guys. They play the Dodgers. And the Dodgers will just probably be playing a bunch of rookies as they get ready for the playoffs. And the Giants will have a big game and they'll go out on a high. They'll score 12 runs in that last game of the season. And everybody will be, wow, look at all the youth. We got home runs and this. And then Matt Chapman will come to the mic, take the mic, say, hey, everybody, we know it's been a rough year. We really appreciate you guys. You guys are the best fans in the world. You guys show up, and we didn't perform well for you. And I know I've said this before, but we're going to do it different in the offseason. I've been talking to some people, and we're going to be back. We're going to be back, and we guarantee next year we're going to do it. We're going to be in the playoffs. Yeah. All right. Hopefully they let somebody else speak. Maybe they should let Logan Webb speak. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I'm about right. When Dallas comes back, we're going to close things out. In fact, we'll start the immaculate grid here and get out of here. I'm looking through the chat. Yeah, George, you make the trade at the time. It looked like a good trade, but now you can see it's not a good trade, and you cut your losses and you move on. George of the Jungle. I called for Lopez to be on this team in the spring. I said, this guy's different. But the Giants didn't see it that way. They went with Tyler Fitzgerald. I disagree with you here. I don't think Devers should just be the DH. Dallas was right. Focus on your hitting. Let Bryce go for Rookie of the Year. Have a position, and he's got a better shot at Rookie of the Year if he's playing a position. You can't wait for the Larry Bear letter, right? Sell the team. That would be good. That would be actually the biggest benefit of the year if they sold the team, but unfortunately, they're probably not. All right, let's get out. Let's do it a quick immaculate grid and get out of here, Dallas. I'll pull it up. What do we got today? We scored 11 yesterday, Dallas, and we did it pretty good. I loved yesterday's. This one's got team. Yesterday was all stats. It was so fun. Now we got to find a Yankee and a Red. Was Ken Griffey a Yankee?
I'm not seeing the grid on the screen.
That's because I haven't put it up there yet.
Okay.
I guess I thought it was up there. There it is. Ken Griffey. Wasn't he a Yankee?
Ken Griffey Sr.?
Yeah, senior. I think he was a Yankee. I know he was a Red.
He was a Red and a Yankee.
He
and
was?
a Red again later.
Yeah, I thought he was. Ken Griffey Sr. We're going to go with him because I'm going to do this quick. Ken Griffey. All right, not a great score, but Who cares at this point? We're going for perfection. A Yankee and an Astro. A Yankee and an Astro, everybody. Who's a current Astro that played with the Yankees? There's probably one.
There's a pitcher, right? Who am I thinking of?
A Yankee and an Astro. Hey, guess what? Newsflash, Dallas.
What?
Johnny is not
Oh,
happy.
yeah. Didn't have to ask on that one.
Smash the like. There you go. Hit the like right now, guys. Definitely hit the like. We need a Houston Astro and a New York Yankee.
Garrett Cole played on both.
That's right. Well, Dallas, we're not going for points today. We're going for accuracy because we're already got 9. So
GE.
GE.
RRIT.
Wow, 20%. Let's see if we can get over 100%. A Yankee
Wow.
with a Yankee with, is that the under 3.0 ERA?
Less than 3 earned run average.
How about Ron Guidry? How about Mariano Rivera? Mariano
Yeah.
Rivera for sure.
That might be 20%.
Let's go for it. Let's see how high we can get today. This is opposite of golf today. Clemens. I'm seeing Clemens. Did Clemens have an under 3?
I'm sure.
Check it out before we don't want to.
I'll check it out, but I feel pretty good on that.
We know Mariano Rivera did for a fact.
Yeah, he did. A couple
Clemens?
times. Yep. With the Yankees.
You guys screwed up. What was wrong? Doggone
Was
it.
wrong. It was my fault.
They
Yeah.
pissed me off. They came up with the name Clemens, though. I'm sticking with it. I'm going
He
with
went to
Mike.
Houston and had a 3 and a 1.8 and a 2,
Rivera.
but not
Dan,
with the.
Stick with your guns, Dan. L.A., Cincinnati. All right, L.A., Cincinnati. Doggone it. I hate missing one.
Did we miss one?
Yeah, we missed on Clemens.
Oh.
Everybody in the chat threw out Clemens, and they were wrong.
I mean, he had a sub 3 many times, just none of his years for the Yankees. He missed it. We missed it by 1 year.
Oh, Matthew said, I said Clemens for Yankees Astros, not ERA. We were on to that. We were, yeah. The chat doesn't team up with our live. It's like a full minute delay. All right. LA, Cincinnati. Gosh, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of Dodgers Dodgers Reds. I'm going to come up with somebody. Remember, we're going for the highest score possible. So, you know what? I remember Frank Robinson played for the Reds, and I think he played for the Dodgers. I'm just going to go with Frank Robinson. That's because I remember Frank at the end of his career was a Dodger. Does anybody know who Frank Robinson is?
Mm-hmm.
All right. L.A., Houston. I don't think Yordan Alvarez ever played for the Dodgers, but he was with the Dodgers organization. Would that count, or do they have to play for the actual big league club?
Big league club. He has to play a game on the big league club.
Okay. Dodgers. What do we got? We're looking at Dodgers, Astros.
Yep.
I'm looking up, trying to figure out if I can. Did Christian Scott or not Scott, gosh. Jeff Kent? Didn't he? Wasn't Jeff Kent one? Didn't Jeff Kent? I know Teoscar Hernandez. There's another one. Kyle Tucker. Sure, we're going for the highest score. Let's go with Kyle Tucker.
Jeff Kent, you're right. He did.
Should we go Tucker or go Kyle Tucker, 13%. All right. Someone on the Dodgers that had less than a 0.3 ERA or 0.3. Fernando Valenzuela, Clayton Kershaw. Let's go Kershaw. I'm not even going to look it up. I'm just going with gut today. Clayton Kershaw. There we go. We've got a high score. Good. 2 left. 10-plus win season pitching for the Reds. All right. The name that pops into my mind, I'm going with it first. Don Gullett. All right. 10-plus win season with the Houston Astros. I'm going with my gut. As soon as the name pops in, J.R. Richard. Bingo. We're done. Look at that. Keep guessing. Okay, we can keep guessing, guys. A 10-plus win season with under 3 ERA with any team. I'm going with my gut right away. Should we go with a Giant or just go with a Bob Gibbs? Should I go with Juan Marichal? Put a Giant on there? Dallas?
Yep.
We could go Timmy Lincecum too. This is a friendly show. We got to go with Timmy, right?
Timmy.
There we go. That was 0.9. Look at that. We got a Giant in there. Look at that. Look at that. We did all right. We did all right. We can't drag these things out like we used to, trying to get the best score, waiting for the chat to come up with a guy 10 minutes later. We had Clayton Kershaw on there, Johnny. We can't put him on twice. All right.
All right, we'll check the poll results here real fast.
Yeah, we'll get out of here.
Let's pull this up. Next. This was the poll question today. How many more starts will Robbie Ray have as a Giant? And you have time to get your guess in here real fast. Go to NorCalSportsNetwork.com. Let's see if there's any comments. Cap and Rawls. I'm a member of your YouTube channel. Do I have to become a member of your website to participate? No. If you're a member of the YouTube channel, then you're going to be grandfathered into membership on the website. So you can one place or the other, but not both. So don't worry about it, Cap and Rawls. Johnny Chisari, I'm driving and I'm not happy from my car. Okay.
Be careful, Johnny.
How many more starts will Robbie Ray have? Some people say 0. Some people say 2. We have only 4 votes. So the voting's still open. We'll leave it open, and you can weigh in on that. So send your comments anytime at our website or 415-855-2455. Text that number, and then it'll go in the queue, and we'll pull it up right here on the next show. So thanks for helping us out there.
Yeah, thank you, guys. We do appreciate you being here. Unfortunately, it's another day with no Tony Victory.
Yeah. You know what? I got the guitar out, and I was learning how to play Tony Victory so I could do my own rendition of it. And I may never get to play it.
Dang. We need to create a Buster Victory for the trade deadline. If he comes through. If not, wow. All right, we're back tomorrow night. Giants take on the Royals in Kansas City. Giants 4:40 start time, so we should be on the air here about 7:15 to 7:30 tomorrow night. On the Hill tomorrow night for the Giants, it's Trevor O. McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, on the mound versus Michael Waka. Michael Waka.
Waka waka.
Waka Waka. Yeah. There's a walk given up by Waka. How would you like? Hey, there was a pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates when I was growing up, a kid by the guy by the name of Bob Walk. Bob Walk. Why would
I bet he was better than Ryan Walker.
Yeah, Ryan Walker. That's an appropriate name for a guy that walked a lot of guys. Bob Walk. Maybe we should do something like that. Like the greatest sports names for like a pitcher. There's been a few of them. Like you don't want to be. There's a couple names out there for pitchers that you don't want to have that your last name is a pitcher. And I'm trying to think of the funniest one. I can't remember, but that's Bob Walk of the Pirates. What are some of those names? What was that? I'm trying to think. Let me see. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, Ryan Walker's one of them. Every name in the circle brings what it brings. One big thread. I'm trying to see if I can come up with some.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to discuss these types of topics in the
How about a guy by the name
last
of
third of the season.
Dan Blewett. Dan Blewett. Scott Blewett, a reliever. Last name was Blewett.
That's pretty good.
Homer Bailey. Grant Balfour. Grant Ball. Let's see. Dick Pole. Oh boy. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for joining. We'll be back tomorrow night with another edition of NorCal Sports Network. Will I be wearing this tomorrow night, Dallas, to start the show? Or this to start the show?
I think it's the bag tomorrow. I'm not feeling it.
Okay. If Dallas isn't feeling it, that's not a good sign, everybody.
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad sign.
Yeah. Everybody, have yourself a wonderful rest of your afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for watching. And as always, we appreciate you. Please hit the like button on your way out if you haven't done so. Take care.